former clerk of the House of Assembly, Noel Clark, was laid to rest here on Friday, the 21st of February. The body was laid in the House of Assembly during the hours of 10 a.m. to 12 noon, which saw the viewing of the body in an official's capacity by Speaker of the House, the Prime Minister, Leader of the Opposition, Members of Parliament, members of the Judiciary, former members of Parliament, and members of the public. The funeral service for the late then proceeded to the Calico Anglican Church for a special service and interment. The former clerk of the House of Assembly, Noel Clark, was serving in the House from the 5th of September 1975 to January 2nd, 1990. The new leader of the opposition, New Democratic Party, Arnhem Eustace, has accused the Caribbean community, CARICOM, of hypocrisy in relation to its response to the political situations in St. Kitts and Nevis and Venezuela. CARICOM, which is chaired by Vincentian Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves on Tuesday, issued a statement calling for respect for the democratically elected government of Venezuela. However, Eustace accused CARICOM of being hypocritical while addressing a conference on Wednesday. He accused the regional bloc of remaining definitely silent, even as motions of no confidence against Dr. Denzel Douglas' government in Basseterre has not been debated for more than a year. 6 of the 11 MPs in St. Kitts and Nevis say they no longer support Douglas as Prime Minister. Meanwhile, in response, Senator Camilo Gonzalez has described Eustace's comments as being irresponsible. According to Senator Gonzalez, the Venezuelan situation, which is of a violent nature, merits a reaction from all countries in the Caribbean and Latin American region. However, this is not the case in St. Kitts and Nevis. He added that they are confident that the situation in St. Kitts and Nevis will be resolved politically without the type of violent acts seen in Venezuela. He further gave the assurance that Vincentian students studying in Venezuela are safe, as checks have been made with all the students. 2 of this country's major projects would not either be completed or delayed for 2014. This is according to Honorable Arnhem Eustace, the opposition leader of the New Democratic Party, saying this year the Leeward Highway will be delayed and the international airport will not be completed. At a press briefing on Wednesday, Mr. Eustace said of the $212 million allocated for the continued reconstruction of the international airport, only $97 million will be spent on the airport in 2014, hence the conclusion that it will not be completed this year. Eustace further stated that nowhere in the history of St. Vincent and the Grenadines has the government ever spent over $160 million on its capital budget. The government simply does not have the implementation capacity to make this level of disbursement, is according to Eustace. Disappointed and shocked. This was the reaction of Seventh-day Adventist pastor Clyde Ray Doughton to the allegations brought against former diplomat Edson Augustus. Reports state that Pastor Doughton was one of the persons contacted by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves when checks were made on the suitability of Augustus to take up his former diplomatic post. Doughton said it is a traumatic period for the church both locally and in the region. Meanwhile, Foreign Affairs Minister Camilo Gonzalez has disclosed that several persons have come forward with information regarding former Deputy Consul General for New York, Edson Augustus. The senator, however, noted that information was not given in a formal manner, considering the situation of these persons. He further stated that persons who had dealings with Mr. Augustus have had their monies refunded. We have more of your local news coming up next.